Hey guys, this is Jesse with Obed Computer Services, and today's lessons I'm going to go ahead and teach you guys how to make your computer faster. I'm currently using Windows 7. I want to say it's Home Premium or Professional. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at that now. We are going to go to Control Panel, System, and it looks like I'm actually using Windows 7 Home Premium. You guys can see it over here. Okay. Um, my setup is pretty fast. Just an FYI, guys. Keep in mind that when your computer speed has to do a lot with your processor and how much memory you have installed. As you can see, my processor that I'm using is an Intel Core i5, and I have 12 gigs of memory installed. That has a lot to do with how fast your computer is. But I'm going to go ahead and show you a few tweaks with Windows. And this right here, you should see a big difference on your computer after you do this. If you guys have any questions, any concerns, go ahead and leave me a comment or send me a private message. I'll do the best that I can to respond to every single one of you guys, okay? So the first thing that I want to show you is we're going to go ahead and edit a registry key. Okay, now you got to be real careful when you do, when you mess around with the registry. Uh, I'm not responsible if you don't follow my instructions correctly, and if you end up breaking your computer, I'm not responsible for that, okay? So make sure you pay close attention to what I'm doing. So pretty much what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and click on this, on the start menu right here. Go ahead and left click on that, go to all programs, accessories, and we're going to select the run command. Okay, right here, we're going to go ahead and type in red edit. That's for the registry. So you're gonna go ahead and press enter on the keyboard. When you get this pop-up, just click on yes. And as you can see, I already kind of messed around with it. There's a lot of stuff that's been expanded already. Yours should look just like this. Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and click on H key current user, and from there you're gonna go ahead and click on control panel. You're gonna click on this arrow. Okay, from control panel, you're gonna click on desktop. You guys can see all the entry keys to your right. We're going to go ahead and change the menu show delay. Okay, you want to go ahead and double click on this, and we're going to change the value. Let's go ahead and leave it to 100. Okay, we're going to click OK. Once we do that, we're going to close this out. What that's going to do basically, all this, whenever you click on the start menu, all programs, so whenever you click on folders on your task right here, you should see a huge difference of how fast things go for you right here. You gotta reboot your system in order to see changes with the registry. Okay, I'm not gonna go ahead and do that right now because I want to show you guys a few more things. One more thing that you can do to make your computer faster is we're gonna get rid of all the Internet Explorer cookies. Any internet browser that you use, which is whether it's Safari, Google Chrome, or Internet Explorer, you want to go ahead and clear out all the cookies and temporary cache, because if you don't do that, your computer is just storing junk. So pretty much, let's go ahead and do Internet Explorer first. We're gonna be playing around with the run command. So just so you know, the best way to do it on my end, you can do this. It's on the keyboard towards your left bottom. You see the Windows logo key. You're going to hold it down. You're going to press and hold it down. And then just hit the letter R on the keyboard. That's going to bring the ROM box up. Okay, so here what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and type in inetcpl.cpl. Just like that. And I'm going to give you a few seconds so you can see that. You're going to go ahead and click on OK. When you click on OK, you're going to see this pop-up box pop up on your screen. Okay, so what we're going to do from here, one thing that you can do just so Internet Explorer automatically clears your browser, history whenever you exit the program. Go ahead and click on this box right here, and then you can read here browsing history. It's going to delete temporary files, history, cookies, safe passwords, and web form information. That's every time you exit your browser. Now, if you don't want to delete passwords, just click on settings, and actually it doesn't give you that option here. So if you have passwords, if you keep your password stores in Internet Explorer, I recommend you not to click on this option. I definitely don't recommend you to save passwords at all on your computer just for security purposes. But anyways, if you want to do that, just click on it. What I'm going to actually show you is we're going to click on delete. Okay, so right here, you always want to leave this box, preserve favorites website data. If you have any favorites saved up on your Internet Explorer, you want to make sure that this box is checked. Okay, all the other boxes right here, temporary internet files and website files, cookies and website data, history, download history, form data, and then tracking protection, ActiveX filtering, and do not track. You want to check that as well. And as you can see, each field kind of gives you a description of what it does. Okay, so after you got all that, you're going to go ahead and click on delete. And pretty much what it's doing right now, it's getting rid of all that junk files like cookies, temporary internet files, which a lot of that stuff makes your computer slower because it's just storing a lot of data in your hard drive. A lot of that stuff is cache as well. Okay, once it finishes that, depending on how much stuff you have cached into your hard drive, it might take longer than mine did. Okay, it might take 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Just let it finish. After that finishes, you're going to go ahead and go to advanced, and I like to restore advanced settings. Click apply. Okay, after you do that, you're going to go ahead and click on reset. Now what this is going to do is going to basically disable any toolbars and add-ons. It kind of tells you right here. So and a lot of times if your internet browser is crashing on you, this is going to fix that. So we're going to go ahead and check on delete personal settings as well. You're going to click on reset. That's pretty much, it's going to put the Internet Explorer back to factory defaults. Click close. Okay, that's once that finishes, I want to show you, another step that you want to do is you want to go ahead and go to, again, we're going to go to the run command, hold down the Windows logo key and hit the letter R. Then right here, we're going to type in C colon backslash. We're going to type in Windows, and then we're going to type in backslash and temp, which is going to take us to the temporary files folder. Okay, so backslash, press OK, and it's going to ask you, just click continue if you want permissions, yes. Okay, all this stuff right here is basically temporary files that Windows stores, which we don't need as well. A lot of times, when you delete this temporary files, if you're logged into Windows, it might not let you delete them. That's when you boot into safe mode and you want to delete those files. And then I'm going to cover safe mode on another lesson here, so make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. You don't want to miss that out. So we're going to highlight all this. You're going to press Control A on your keyboard, and it's going to highlight everything here. Once you have that, you're going to hit the delete key on the keyboard. It's going to ask you if you want to delete this. You want to go ahead and click on yes. You want to click on continue and try again. See, that file is not going to let us delete it. So we're just going to go ahead and click on skip for that one. That file right there is the type of file that needs to be deleted in safe mode. And I'm going to cover that on another lesson. Sorry about that. I took a small water break. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and close this window. We're going to go back to the run command we're going to delete more temporary stuff. Okay, we're going to go ahead and type in C colon backslash Windows colon, I'm sorry, backslash, and then we're going to type in prefetch. Okay, so pretty much all this stuff is temporary stuff. When you want to delete this stuff, Control A, hit delete, click yes, deleted all of that stuff. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to empty the recycle bin. So you can see this is everything we deleted. You want to right click on that, select empty recycle bin, click yes. Because a lot of times if you delete stuff but you don't empty your recycle bin, you're still kind of not making your computer faster. So you want to make sure that your recycle bin is deleted. Just keep in mind though that once you enter your recycle bin, all those items are going to be gone. They're going to be deleted, so you won't be able to access those items anymore. Alright, so we went ahead and took care of that. Also, if you have any programs that you don't use and it's just taking up space on your computer, I'm gonna go ahead and just remove something that I'm not using for now. So you want to go ahead and click on the Start menu. We're gonna go to Control Panel. Here in Control Panel, you want to go to, and first of all, if your screen looks like this, I like to make my screen look like this. Click on View By. And then you're going to select small icons. That way it gives you all the icons and all the options that you have in the control panel. So from here you're going to go ahead and click on programs and features, and as you can see there's a lot of stuff here. This is all your programs that are currently installed on your system. It tells you when it was installed. So if you have anything in there that you're not really using, you don't have a need for it, just go ahead and delete it. It's gonna make your computer faster. It's gonna provide more space by you deleting any program that you don't use. So for now, let's see what I'm gonna do. I am going to delete a program just to kind of show you guys how to do this. Let's go ahead and delete, let's see here. Just for now, I'm going to go ahead and delete uTorrent. So we're going to click on uninstall. You're going to click on the program you want to remove, and then you're going to click on uninstall towards the top. Okay. If this pops up right here, and by the way, this is the user account control pop-up. This might get a little annoying by some of you guys, and I'll show you guys in another video. So I'm going to cover this multiple items as well, how to turn this off. So just make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to go ahead and click on yes, and then this is going to ask you go ahead and remove settings. If you don't plan on installing this program again, you want to click on that option. And no, I don't want to take a uninstall survey, so I'm going to go ahead and uncheck that. Click on OK. And as you guys can see, that program is gone from here, so it's been completely removed, and that's how you actually remove programs from your computer. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and exit out of here. And then another thing that I want to show you guys is the actual advanced settings, system advanced settings. Okay, so and like I said, it all depends how much memory you have and how fast your processor is. Let's say you're running on 2 gigs of memory, your Windows 7 computer, it's running a little bit slow, or it seems slower than when you bought it. What we're doing right now should make it faster. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on the Start menu. Let's go to Control Panel, and then we're going to go ahead and click on System, and we're going to go to Advanced System Settings. This right here, what I'm about to show you, we're going to click on Advanced, and then you see where it says Performance. This option right here, Performance. You're going to click on Settings. Alright, so this right here pretty much is a Windows 7 feature. And it's all the same: Windows 7 Home Premium, Professional, and also Ultimate. This right here pretty much, like I said, if you don't have a lot of memory and your processor is not that fast, you can make changes here. This right here is pretty much is going to disable a lot of this fancy, looking options that comes with Windows. What I like to do is I like to click on the option that says adjust for best performance. So you can see when you click on that, all the check marks here, they came off. There is a few options that I like to keep though, just to kind of, we want to, make Windows 7 run faster, but at the same time, we want to keep that fresh looking view of Windows. We don't want it to look ugly, right? Okay, so one of the options that I like to click on is I still like to use drop shadows for icon labels on the desktop, so you want to go ahead and check that option. Another option that I like to do is use visual styles on windows and buttons, and then smooth edges of screen fonts, and that's pretty much it. So you're gonna go ahead and click on apply, click OK, click OK. So you can my stuff was already pretty much set to that's pretty much setting like a basic. So you should see a difference on your end, like your taskbar might have changed a little bit, and then a few things like you don't have the fancy sliding and all that stuff. So you should start seeing a difference. Another thing that you want to do before you actually restart your computer, this is kind of like the final step, is you want to go to the computer on your local disk. Right here it's going to say local disk where your operating system is installed. You want to right click on that and then go to properties, and then it's going to give you a pop-up box. Right here, what I like to do a disk cleanup as well. So you want to go ahead and click on that. It's gonna calculate, how much stuff we have, like any temporary files and things like that. Since we kind of already deleted some files, you won't see anything here. Anything that's got 0 bytes, there's no need to check on that. So just uncheck that. We're just looking for stuff that's got stuff in it. So this one, debug, you want to click on that. Set up log files. Like I said, anything that you see that's taking up space to the right here, you want to check on that. Check mark. So click on that. And what I'm going to do is also click clean up system files. Click on that, and it's going to start cleaning up the options that we checked. So right now it says calculating. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And like I said, it all depends on how fast your computer is. When we do this processes right here, if you got a lot of stuff, it's gonna take a few minutes. It might take a while. So just kind of, make sure you understand that. Okay, so we're just waiting for this to stop. Is scanning Windows Update Cleanup. So I'm just gonna let it do its thing. I'm gonna go quiet for a few minutes just so you guys can see this. Alright, so as you can see, it already finished that stuff, and then that's when we clean on delete system files. So pop this up right here. We still got to do this option right here. So we have to recheck all the boxes again. So anything that's got space right there, as you can see, this is Windows Update Cleanup. So it pretty much gave us system files as well. That's gonna take a little bit longer, like this Windows Update Cleanup. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna do the ones that don't have a lot. Just to kind of give you guys, an idea and an understanding of what to do. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and click on OK. It's gonna ask us if we want to permanently delete this file, so we want to click delete files. As you can see right now, it says cleaning, and my stuff is done. And like I said, depending on the speed of your processor and how much RAM you have, it might take longer. Alright, so now that you're finished doing that, once it finishes, I want you to click on Tools. Right here on Tools, if your computer, if your hard drive might seem like it's not running smooth, you can click on this error checking box. It's going to check for any errors on the hard drives. I'm not going to do that. The most important thing is this part right here, defragmentation. This this is just my personal opinion, the way that I see this. What this actually does is it kind of like compresses all your files on your system. Like it puts them all into small bites, compresses them just to kind of to make your hard drive run faster. And then, excuse me, guys, it makes your computer. It pretty much it crawls. It makes your hard drive crawl faster. Like it makes your computer faster when it's trying to access information, basically. So you want to go ahead and click on this, and as you can see, you're going to see all the hard drives that you currently have connected. We're just going to worry about the one that's got the operating system. If you got external hard drives and you want to make them run faster, you can highlight those later and do the same thing, okay? The first thing you want to do is analyze disk. It's going to analyze the actual disk, and this program that's built into Windows is going to tell you if it needs a disk defrag. And if it does, it's going to prompt you to run it. And let's see what this does. And I'm not going to run mine because this process right here does take a few minutes. Sometimes it can take from 1 to 2 hours, and it all depends how much data you have on your hard drive as well. And I do apologize. Windows 7, it doesn't actually prompt you or asks you if you want to defrag. That's on Windows XP. We all know Windows XP is no longer supported. As you guys can see, Windows 7 automatically, once it analyzes the hard drive and it needs to be defrag, it actually starts doing it for you. It doesn't even prompt you to do it. As you guys can see, it says 2% fragmented. Okay, you want to let that finish and you want to let it be 100%. So you can just, leave it running during night, or if you're going to go get something to eat, you can just leave it running while you eat. What I do, I just like to turn off my monitor and, leave the computer on. So for now, I'm just going to close this, and then I'm going to click on OK, exit out of here. And if just don't forget to restart your computer once the defrag finishes. Reboot your system, and you should see a big difference. If you have any questions or any concerns, or if you want to leave any comments, feel free to put any comments. Like I say, you're welcome to ask any questions on the comments or send me a private message. I will do the best that I can to answer all of your questions or concerns, okay? Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I got a lot more lessons to come, guys. This is just the beginning. I hope to cover a lot of topics with you guys and help you fix your computer issues straight from your home or wherever you're at. Alright, guys, well, thank you, and I'll see you next time.